Mufti Sahib, someone is asking, what is the ruling of cryptocurrency?
Okay, Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Cryptocurrency and all, within that bracket, you have different forms of currencies, including that of Bitcoin. We had different opinions on that, meaning different scholars have given different opinions regarding it. But one of the most acceptable opinion, it comes from some of the great scholars of Islamic finance, in Pakistan, Karachi, and even in India and even in the Middle East, where they have stated that until now, when you look at the transaction involving cryptocurrency, Bitcoin and other similar currency, it does not fulfill the rules which Islam has placed on money exchange. You see, Bitcoin is regarded or classified by some people as a currency, but not by all. Until now, some countries in the world, they have officially not accepted it as a currency at all. Okay, it's just a digital form of currency. So, according to other people, but some didn't even accept it as a currency at all. Now, with respect to money, when it comes to money, you can't literally buy and sell money. Okay? Because money on its own is not a commodity. It does not have intrinsic value. Money has always been specified in the Sharia of Islam as a media of exchange. If you have money in your hand, you can't do anything with it except exchange it for an item. If you are hungry, you can't eat it. If you want clothes to put on, you can't put on the what? The money. If you want a house to live in, you can't live under the money. If you want a car to drive in, you can't drive in the money. So what is money? Money on its own doesn't have any value except it is a media. Yani it is a media whereby you can get things that you want in life. Okay? So if you have a house, you have a place to stay, you can sell it for money. That has intrinsic value. That's a commodity. So because of the fact that money, goods can be bartered, money cannot be bartered. This is why it is classified as bay'-us-sarf in Islam. Bay'-us-sarf, it means money exchange. So you can sell goods, you can sell items for items, which is called bartering. You can use money to buy item. You can sell an item, a commodity for money, and that's a sale. Because there's buying and selling, and you can put a markup on something. You can sell your house for $100,000. You can sell it for $110,000. You can sell it for $125,000 because it's a commodity. So you can sell. Money is just an exchange, whatever value. But every piece of a currency has a value. And that value, you cannot go above that value, to exchange it with another currency. So what the market and the traders, the market itself gives the value, that's the value. You can't, money itself is not a commodity. For example, you may have, let's say, a piece of furniture selling, and you say, okay, that is 500. Your other brother, another salesman next to you might sell that same thing for $600. Another person down the road may sell it for $400. Another one on the other side may sell it for $700. And that's permissible. You make a choice to see why they can do that. You have a different and a variation in the value because it's a commodity. And a commodity, besides having a market value, which is a qiymat, it has a price. And in determining the price, there are quite a number of things. Where did you bring it from? How much you pay to import it? When it arrived in the docks, you had to pay transportation to bring it. Then in order to keep it, you had to pay, a rental for a warehouse to keep it. And then from the warehouse, you had to pay a van to bring it to you. So all these different monies, who's going to pay for that? You. No, you transfer it to the customer. But money is not like that because it's not an item. So therefore, with respect to money, so if Bitcoin is called a currency, we are actually directly saying it's money. It's a currency. When it comes to that, there is something called bay'-us-sarf, money exchange. And there are certain specific laws that are connected to money exchange in Islam. And some of our greatest scholars at present, including Mufti Taqi Usmani, I heard somebody, answering a question some time ago, and somebody referred to the fatwa I had given that is not acceptable, and then a statement was written, probably Mufti Waseem have to change his fatwa now because of, new information. Well, then all these muftis in the world have to change. It seems that they don't know about the new information also. Remember, we rely a lot on our experts. They are expert scholars in Islamic finance, in these places. They are, subhanallah, they are great. They are well known for the expertise in this field. So therefore, yes, we do our research. We have to ensure that we are not missing out anything, and we have to compare what we research and what we investigated and findings with what there is before we can actually say something. So before something goes on the fatwa page, that has to be well researched, thoroughly researched. Ensure that you are not missing out. Ensure that you are not making mukhalafat and opposing what our great scholars of the past and the present have stated, because obviously they have more knowledge than us. So therefore they have stated it does not, and I want our viewers and our brothers and sisters to understand this point, it does not fulfill the most of the conditions laid in the Sharia for money exchange. Qabza is one, taking physical or constructive possession of, and the mabi. What is regarded the mabi? Mabi, the item that you are trading, then actually the movement of the sales, and keeping it for how much time. It is just known that this is yours, but you can't have your hand. You can't even get a physical or possessive construction. Okay, you buy this and you got this, and it's just there in a form. It's not a currency. And it all goes back to, if it is called a currency, what is the definition of a currency? A currency is something that is actually has become the norm of the society, and it is well used by the majority of the society. You can take that currency and go to a shop and buy something. If Bitcoin is regarded a currency, there are only selected places, until now that accepts it, So therefore, obviously as changes come and new developments come, and you have read, if you go on the internet and you look at the reviews also, people say it is a big scam. People say it's a big fraud. While people may want to go into it to make money, people have lost thousands and millions, and they are telling people, don't get into that. It's a trap. So you have all these things too, So therefore, in other words, there is something about it. With respect to the Islamic law, I have quoted to you what our great ulama say, and we accept that opinion because we have looked, and measured different opinions, compared, and we have seen that is the best, because really, for something to be considered Sharia compliant when it comes to financial transactions or any other monetary transaction for that matter, it has to be compliant with the laws of the Sharia, with the laws, and the laws are there and can be applicable at any time, whether it was 1400 years ago or now. Laws are principles which are called maxims or qawa'id, which are always followed. The form and shape may be different in different time and different place, but the maxim and the principle behind it, it always remains firm. Okay?